Hey guys, Skylar here. So, I'm finally making a video about this couch. I built it on stream, and then I figured I should make like an actual, maybe some kind of review video or something. And I'm in my new sweatpants from South Pole because I needed something fluffier and warmer, and these fit the bill. So, welcome to it. Alright, so this is a mr.kate. I think it's the Winston. So it is a 3-seater, and then you have one seat that's a chaise over here, which you can't see completely because I'm like kind of zoomed in over here. And so far, it's actually nice. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just when a YouTuber makes clothing, like a Sears clothing line or a furniture line or a decor line, usually there's like something that's gonna get like overlooked, or they're gonna forego in terms of like pricing and this and that. So I do believe this particular sofa is typically like $800. I paid literally just under $500. I was like $497 and change from Home Depot. Which is actually the only reason I bought this, is because it was on sale, which it's been on sale for over a month. So I think it's more of a, we need to get rid of stock, and this is how we're doing it. So this particular one is the dark gray velvet. I wanted the linen, which is, I think, just a typical linen color, so like that creamy color. Otherwise they have the dark gray velvet, dark green velvet, and then a dark blue velvet. And I honestly kind of wanted the green, but that was still full price, and I wasn't, like, my hard budget was literally $500 even. So $497 was within that hard budget. But I'm very surprised, because you have to put this together. It's all held in, you like basically kind of latch it in everywhere. So no tools too hard. It is a pain in the butt to unbox everything, because all the cushions are vacuum sealed, and they're kind of just like shoved into like the very center. There's a few cushions that weren't vacuum sealed, which was the back cushions here, which they use for padding. Kind of smart. But putting the couch together, again, super easy. If you watched the previous video, which I hope I put that up in time, you literally just latching it in. It didn't take me that long. It would take me a lot less time if I had like organized my living room to do this, but I didn't do that. But the one thing I really like is that the cushions are all Velcro, and you can just rip it off. They also are zippered, so you literally can just replace the cushion when it gets worn out, which was a big thing for me, because it's not hard to go buy some foam from like a craft store and then shove it in here, like, or buy some memory foam or whatever, because it's also squared off. The cushion comes off, or the cover comes off, so you can wash it and all that jazz. Like, let me see if I can get the zipper just like tucked in here. Like, it's just your typical cushion. Get the cover on there, and then the actual like padding and all that jazz. So it's like you literally can just yank it out, refill it, shove it back in, when this gives out. And the other cushions, like the sitting cushions, are all the same seat cushions. The only difference is the seat cushions do have springs in them, but where I assume these are all probably stuffed the same way, you can probably get away with just taking out the spring part and just putting new filling into it. So it's like, okay, not a big deal. But it is nice that they don't move. Like, because the Velcro, they don't move. The cushions, the seat cushions are also Velcro, so like, yay, we'd love that. Which kind of helps, because the chaise is a movable one. So it's just an ottoman underneath the longer cushion. So you can have it on the left, you can have it on the right. You can have it in the middle if you want. I've never seen anyone do that, but I mean, you do you. I almost want to do it for this video, but then I have to move my coffee table, which is holding all my like monitoring stuff for the video, so we ain't gonna do that. One thing that kind of surprised me though is on the website, the only review for this particular one was that the couch was too firm. And then if you look through the screenshots or the slides for the product info, it literally tells you it's firm. And when you're not sitting, you can tell it's firm. Like you can't really just like push your hand in super easily, but it has a lot of bounce. Like there's springs everywhere, so there's a lot of support and there's a lot of bounce. I'm surprised by that because usually a firm couch won't have this much like give to it. Like you can like really, you can bounce and it's holding weight pretty well. So like, yay. My only complaint about the chaise though is that I wish it was just slightly longer, like maybe an extra like 2 or 3 inches, because I am on a good day 5'9", or when I get nice and compressed from my back, because obviously your vertebrae compresses over time throughout the day, like 5'8.5"-ish. I wish this was a little bit longer so it could accommodate someone a little bit taller than me. Like I wish it was more accommodating for maybe like a 6-foot person. I get this is definitely meant to be a smaller couch for a smaller space, which works for me because my living room is weirdly shaped. Like it's not a square room. And a lot of the walls are short walls. Like this is the longest wall in my living room that I could put this couch on and be able to actually have a TV be in somewhat watchable space. So there was one thing I mentioned earlier about how the cushions were like vacuum sealed. They haven't fully uncompressed. So this cushion over here is fully uncompressed. It's nice and squared off. The one I'm sitting on is not. Like, let me show you. All right, I'm gonna sit lower because the spring's right here. All right, sorry for the big weird pause here. My neighbor came down and I'm on the first floor and I have my windows open so I get all this natural light, and he just stared at me through the window wondering what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm not filming for OnlyFans, you're not invited. Anyways, so here's the cushion I was sitting on. If I kind of turn it this way, you can see that like it's not fully like squared off here. So I don't know if it just wasn't like evenly packaged or evenly like made or filled or whatever, but it kind of bugs me that it didn't fully poof out. The chaise also did the same thing, but in the back, in the part that you don't see. So like, hold on, let me move this. So back here, I'm not gonna take it up because I don't really want to. Like it's almost there, but not quite. So like it definitely has uncompressed a bit more, but it still dips down, which is kind of annoying. So when you're sitting, you sink a little bit. You're still fully supported because there's springs in the cushioning and then there's springs right here where I'm sitting on. So like you're not gonna like sink through and get stuck or anything. It's just there's a little less cushion than there probably is intended to be. But you can feel underneath, like there's springs in this section right here because I can feel them. Yeah, like right there. So I have a good feeling that the spring is probably like attached to the fabric maybe and then stuffed around, so maybe like on the inner fabric, not like the literal cushion, because these cushions are washable. But so it gives me hope that if I need to ever restuff this at some point, I'll be able to do that. So let me like put this back and also pull my pants up. All right. Whoops. Yeah, but as you see, it's really easy to put the cushion back. So it's all Velcroed, which I really love because nothing moves. The ottoman underneath the chaise moves a little bit, but I think that's just because it's not attached to the couch, so it's gonna shift a little, obviously. But it's also Velcroed on the ottoman, it's Velcroed to here, so like the actual cushion isn't moving, but the ottoman's trying to like escape. So it's not hard to like kind of shove it back a little bit. But like overall, I would say in terms of comfort, it's definitely firm but supportive. So I'd give it like 8 out of 10. In terms of ability to like lay on it, lounge on it, honestly, probably 8 out of 10 again. Would I buy it again? For the price I paid, yes. Would I buy it at full price? No, I would not pay $800 for this, because to me, this is not an $800 couch. Only because you are assembling it yourself, and it's small. This is 81.5 inches, so again, it's meant to be a small couch. You can comfortably fit 3 people on here. It does have a weight limit, I believe, of like 500 though, and let's be real, at my height and size, I'm currently lost some weight, really excited about that. Not for a good reason. Well, I mean, I wanted to lose the weight anyways, but like the reason that caused it is not so great. But I'm 170, so I am already like over almost like a third of the capacity as is. Like, I feel like an average person of an adult, I guess around my height, is probably somewhere between 150 and 200. So like, you could potentially exceed the weight limit really, really easily. But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard, like, I'm not much of a reviewer, so it's hard to like really talk about it, because I'm just like, let me give it to you in how I'm thinking, how a regular person buying this would think. You know, it has a good depth to it. Like, here's me sitting all the way back. Like, I'm sitting all the way back. This is a pretty good depth, because I have like a futon over here that you might see in the B-roll, and there's like no seat depth to it, so you can't really sit backwards. But like this, you can sit back. The back is also slanted, which is nice, so you can actually lean back rather opposed to being straight up and down. So it's not comfortable to be straight up and down. It's good for your posture potentially, but you also kind of need support for your lumbar. So straight up and down, even with a cushion, not the best. But slanted with a cushion, like if I lean back, my only issue is like my lower back isn't completely supported, but you know, it works. Ooh, it's really hard to do this. I worked out my arms yesterday and they're so sore. I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to, okay. Like, I can comfortably do this. I also sit like this usually when I'm on here. Like this is how I sit normally. Ooh, my cord's stuck. Sorry for the sound. This is how I sit. I have a chaise lounge now, and my brain's like, just put your legs diagonally onto it. So this is usually how I'm lounging. It works. I'm not mad about it. And then of course I threw some pillows and a blanket on to make it look nicer than it really is. And I felt like my purple velvet was a good combo with the gray velvet. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below, but I mean, I think they go together. I will say, Mr. Kate, I think you did a great job. I very much doubt you'll watch this video, but if you did, like, you know, just leave a little comment. I'd appreciate that. It's a great couch, honestly. But there's always pros and cons to everything you buy. In my case, the cons are more just like pricing at full price, and then just really small minor things like the cushion's not fully uncompressing, and you know, weight of the box and that kind of stuff. So it's very minor things. I think it's a great starter sofa. So if you can find it on sale, I say get it. If you don't mind paying full price, if you want the other colors, like the blue is beautiful, the green's really beautiful, the linen, I want the linen personally. Because while this velvet feels amazing, it's very soft. It's not that weird sticky tactile velvet, where sometimes you back brush it and you just feel sticky or icky. These pillows actually do it sometimes. Well, the cover does. It's just a stuffed pillow. Like I have a actual pillow inside. But sometimes you get that feel, and I don't like that. This doesn't do it, but it's hard to like put your leg up because it's a slippery velvet at a certain angle. So like when I'm on the chaise, I can't really like sit back and have my feet up without them kind of slipping. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of hard to snuggle up, to put it nicely. But yeah. So I'm gonna end it there. If you guys have any questions or concerns, like, yo, put them in the comments down below. I think I'll do a follow-up with this in a couple months just to show you how it's held up, how it feels, how the cushions are doing, because that's a big one. How will these cushions be after a few months? So I'm gonna leave it here. See ya.